You talked about decorative art and functional art and things like that. Tell us more about that.
Okay, so this is this is functional art. It's also, we can also say it is decorative, but it's more functional because you can actually put your fruits, it's either your meat. It's a serving platter, but you can actually decorate it. You can decorate your table with
This
it,
is beautiful.
just with nothing in it. So it's decorative and functional also. Then you actually, because you actually have these that are purely just decorative. It's just for deco. So you can't you can't use them for anything rather than deco.
To make things beautiful.
This one right here also is also decorative, but this one is raku. So raku is sort of like, you buy it less, you put it in sawdust. So it's a process. It's another process different from the other things that we have.
You said that is raku.
It's called raku, yes.
Yes. And
It's
just tell us more about raku.
Okay, so raku is this other technique. So whatever goes to raku, you can't actually use. It's mainly for deco. So with this, you sort of like fry it to about 900. You take it out when it's still hot, and then you put it in a drum with sawdust, or on the ground with sawdust. You cover it with sawdust so that you can actually get the black parts, of which it's sort of like the fumes. So all this black that you're seeing, it's the smoke.
Yibana.
Yes,
This is
and
exciting stuff.
yes, there we go. And this is smoke fire. So it's more or less the same technique
So
on there.
this one is done.
This one is also the smoke fire. It's a little bit different, but it's also the smoke. So all these marks
Oh
is
yes.
actually
Yes.
the smoke.
Oh, okay. Now tell me, I've always wanted to ask the patience in doing this and making a straight line, one small dot at a time. How do you work yourself to have that kind of a patience?
Look,
Like,
look.
is the pot not burning? Are you not doing anything else that day? Why the attention to that detail?
It is one difficult part when mostly my decorative items. I don't focus on them mostly, like to say I want to do one thing and finish it on that same day. So
Oh,
I would paint one day, maybe a few things, then do other things, and then actually come to
come back
some
and
other part. Because if I take this and say today I focus on, I won't finish it. I'll take
oh,
days
now it
without.
makes sense. Yes.
So now, that's why I sort of like I do part of it, and then do another part, and then another part, and then, so that's how I sort of like get to have
And
every
then
one
do
of.
you not forget the right color mixtures? How do you keep?
Look, the thing is,
Because I
sometimes.
would think like the yellows would differ or something. How do you, like, I don't know how it gets to be done, especially over a number of days.
Look, the thing is, I sort of like, when I get a piece, I actually actually think of what I want to do, but I don't stick to it. So I sort of like let it guide me. But I like, for instance, this one. I actually knew I had to do this here, and then have these on the side. But I won't plan to say this is the red that I want there. This is whatever. I just try to balance the colors so that it can be attractive to the eye. So I won't forget anything, because I let the pot sort of like guide me.
And that one, you've mounted that one, why?
Yes, I have mounted this, because, look, I've made this before, but it was hanging. So now I felt like it needs a frame. So look how it is with just a frame, and just picture it without a frame, and just as a plate with just a hanging. So it's just,
Um,
it
I,
gets lost.
yes, I see
So
how, because this is now a piece of art
that's the
and
thing.
and you are presenting it on its own. It doesn't have to have any other utility or usefulness other than the fact that it is presented as a beautiful piece of art.
Yes.
You even put a bit of gold. I've not seen stuff that you had with gold, but the colors. Do you have
Yes,
more
yes.
of that now?
Actually, I had two. One is gone. So, so it's only this one that is left. I don't use a lot of gold. Well, gold is too expensive. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I don't really use a lot of gold. But
Okay, maybe
but at
we
some point I would have to introduce
to
it here and
introduce
there
it
for.
because there's a bit of aesthetic that comes with it, or maybe even the fact that it's like it's gold, it's like a prized thing as well.
That's the thing. So I do have one
On,
here also.
oh,
So it's
okay,
just a touch of gold.
yeah,
So I don't want to use a lot of gold,
excessive.
yeah,
Don't
because
want
then
it to
it
be
becomes
too
too
crass
expensive. Also, it
or
becomes
too
too
crass.
expensive. Yeah.
You thought it's too bling.
You also, that's the thing. You don't want to have gold. Then it looks like it's a,
Yeah,
yeah,
engathi
it's
indlu
too bling.
kafaro or something.
Yeah.
This is raku as well. Did
This
you?
is also raku. So
Oh,
we've got three pieces of raku. We've got that one. We've got this one. We also have one there, right at the end there. That's also
oh,
raku.
this one. Oh, okay.
Yes, that's also raku. So these I sort of like made in Pretoria. So I went to Pretoria, had a workshop there, and I'm bringing it to PE. So I'm going to maybe do a few workshops in PE with
Have you now
raku
moved to Pretoria?
permanently. Yeah,
Oh, no wonder we don't see. We used to bump into each other at the galleries and things like that.
no. I haven't moved back to Pretoria.
Yeah.
I'm like I go there just for a workshop or
Oh,
whatever
where
to
are
get
you?
more
Then where are you
knowledge.
most of the time? Where
I'm here in PE.
do you still operate from
Yes,
Werk?
I've got a shop at Werk in Alabasta Road, and
Yes,
then
and
I
then
sort
your
of
studio. I remember.
it's in Sydenham. So I
Yes,
work from a factory in Sydenham, and then I sort of like sell them at Werk.
at Werk.
Yes,
Oh, okay, okay.
next to
Now,
Rimos,
so
basically.
I know when you go to Werk next time, or people go to Remos, they go there to eat. And sometimes you need to take a walk and see who's around. And I know your store is there. Your store is their store.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a
store.
it's a it's a
It's a
store.
huge one.
Someone said it's. I mustn't call it a store. I must call it a showroom.
It's a
But
showroom. Yes, it's a
exactly.
showroom.
But
Yes.
but we
Teach us
actually
how
start.
to treat your work.
Yes. Someone said I mustn't call it a store, but a showroom. But I sort of like, I sell stuff there, and people can actually buy there. So yeah, it's a showroom slash shop. So yeah, because I have